डिटेल्स 11 मार्च की शाम तक आ जाएंगी एंकर इन्वेस्टर्स की। इशू साइज 602 करोड़ रुपए का है, उसमें से 250 करोड़ फ्रेश इशुएंस है जो कंपनी के पास आएगा, और करीब 352 करोड़ OFS है जो एक प्राइवेट इक्विटी इन्वेस्टर कंपनी में था, वो उनका शेयर है। प्राइस बैंड 280 रुपये से 295 रुपये है। फेस वैल्यू 2 रुपये है शेयर की। करीब 28.64%, 28.64 ये पब्लिक शेयर होल्डिंग होगी इशू के बाद।
Right management bandwidth, which brings in the right ideas and strategies, which has helped us grow very fast over the last many years. In terms of our key strategies, very clearly, the other point that I missed talking about is also in terms of the third-party financial services that we do. We did about 280,000 insurance policies in the last financial year. So if you look at the last 5 years number of cars that we sold, this number of insurance policies is more than double of that. So very clearly, someone who's taking or buying a car from elsewhere is coming to us for renewing the insurance. So it works in multiple ways. Like for example, a car comes for body repair to us, we ensure that he takes insurance from us from next onwards. Whoever is taking insurance from us, we ensure that they come to us for body repair. So, we cover the entire life cycle or the entire spectrum of the vehicle ownership, which creates a lot of customer engagement. We also have a 250-seater call center, which engages with every customer after every single transaction that he has with us to ensure that the customer experience is enhanced. So, and we are also there in a lot of digital marketing campaigns, etc. So all this put together is how we have built the service business. And one of the key strategy is to continue to disproportionately grow the service revenues, where the EBITDAs are much higher than the other line of businesses. And of course, we are bringing in a lot of focus on our used car showrooms, also used car business also, which is expected to grow. And then the focus on the insurance and similarly on finance. I missed that point. We did about 28,000 vehicle finance in the last year. So we have tie-ups with all the major banks and insurance companies. So that's also one key strategy in terms of focusing on it. And of course, continuing to increase sales from our existing, showrooms and touch points. 432 touch points across the various business verticals that we have. And by investing in learning and development, training, etc., we have our own learning and development center. We train a lot of employees. If you look at the national skill competitions done by most of the OEMs, by and large we top it. Our executives, be it on the sales side or be it on the technical mechanical side, how people top all these things. So that will continue to happen. And of course, investment in technology needs to continue, as that's the need of the hour. The other key strategies in terms of growing through strategic acquisitions. I've shared a slide in terms of some of the few acquisitions where we bought over other dealerships in the past. So that will continue. Wherever there is an opportunity to buy over any dealership, we will be quite keen to do that. And also expansion of our network and diversification of our portfolio. Very clearly, one of the strategies to expand with the OEMs who can assure a car park, a car population, so that we tap into the service revenues immediately rather than wait for that to come in a longer time. So these are the very clearly the strategies. I'm just quickly.
कंपनी भी है जहाँ हम लोग स्पेस डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, अशोक लेलैंड का, टाटा मोटर्स पैसेंजर कार, टाटा मोटर्स कमर्शियल, मारुति, ये सब का हम लोग स्पेस डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं. सो हम लोग का जैसे इंग्लिश में बोलते हैं ऑल एग्स इन वन बास्केट नहीं है. हम लोग का रिस्क शायद थोड़ा सा स्प्रेड आउट किया है, तो इसका नुकसान भी है, उसका फ़ायदा भी है. सो दैट्स हाउ यू लुक एट स्ट्रेटजीज डिफरेंट है. और एक बात है कि अपना जो डीलरशिप कम्युनिटी जो है अपना इंडिया में करीबन 2000 से 3000 डीलरशिप्स है, और जहाँ वेरी फ्यू डीलर्स हैं जो मोर देन 100 आउटलेट्स हैं या 4-5 स्टेट्स में हम ऑपरेट करते हैं. लैंडमार्क एक है, हम लोग भी एक है. सो ग्रोथ के लिए बहुत सारे स्कोप है हम लोग के लिए. आपको मालूम होगा कि कार इंडस्ट्री पर एनम करीबन इस साल शायद अबाउट 4 मिलियन गाड़ी बेचेंगे, और मारुति का डेली अबाउट 41% शेयर है. तो मारुति का शेयर में हम लोग सिर्फ लेस देन 2% का सेल कर रहे हैं. बहुत फ्रैगमेंटेड है ये इंडस्ट्री, और गोइंग फॉरवर्ड ये इंडस्ट्री लॉट ऑफ कंसोलिडेशन आने वाला है, शुरू हो गया है, और उस ग्रोथ में हम लोग को पार्टिसिपेट करना है, एंड वी आर वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट दैट वी बी एबल टू ग्रो. देयर इज इनफ स्पेस सबके लिए स्पेस है. So those are some of the points I thought I'd talk about with comparison with Landmark. हम लोग जो फाइनेंशियल्स है, FY22 में हम लोग करीब 33 करोड़ का पैट किया था, FY23 में 64 करोड़, और इस साल फर्स्ट 6 मंथ्स हम लोग ऑलरेडी 40 करोड़ का पैट किया है. टॉप लाइन अगर देखा जाएगा तो FY22 में हम लोग को 19% का ग्रोथ है, FY23 में 40% ग्रोथ, और इस साल 6 महीना वी ऑलरेडी 58% ऑफ लास्ट ईयर का रेवेन्यू ऑलरेडी हम लोग क्रॉस किया है. राइट हैंड साइड बैलेंस शीट अगर देखा जाए तो इसमें बोरोइंग्स जो हम लोग दिखा रहे हैं वो मेनली एक्चुअली हम लोग का जो इन्वेंट्री फंडिंग है, नियरली अबाउट 75% का बोरोइंग्स इन्वेंट्री फंडिंग के लिए है, वो नॉर्मल वर्किंग कैपिटल साइकिल के लिए हम लोग लेते हैं.
So Kutkaran is actually a family name. So all the dealerships come under the family, so it's called Kutkaran Group. The only thing that sits outside of this in terms of the dealership which is going for the IPO is we have recently taken over a polytechnic college in Cochin, which is basically to train mechanics, electricians, everything, which is what is required in terms of technical manpower. So it's been probably about a year since we've taken over the college. It was a running college for the last 15-20 years with some of the management. So we've just taken over the management of the college, and that's one part of the Kutkaran Group. Other than that, for the last 30 years, not last 30 years, last 40 years, we have a training institute again for technical manpower in terms of your finishing courses for ITI people and all that, and even for 11th and 12th to come and train as mechanics and all. Which was something that we started along with our leadership.
2-wheelers and 3-wheelers. Why not in 4-wheelers?
So the brands that we represent, Maruti, Honda, Jaguar, Land Rover. Jaguar, Land Rover, we are already selling EVs. So there's a vehicle called I-Pace of Jaguar, which we are selling. But the price is very high. Sales are, in terms of numbers, are very low. That's all. Maruti is launching their EV starting from this year. So that is their EV SUV would be coming out by next financial year, but the launch I think is happening sometime this year in terms of calendar year. Oh, your question was why only EV or in 2-wheeler and 3-wheeler, but why they are not in 4-wheeler? Yeah, that's right. So in terms of Maruti and Jaguar Land Rover, we'll be starting to sell those EVs. We are already Jaguar Land Rover will be selling those EVs. Maruti will start selling as soon as the vehicle hits the road. But if you look at total EV sales in India as of today in passenger cars is less than 1%. So on a 4 million vehicle, that's is less than 40. I mean, very small number that's being sold right now in terms of EVs. Because of cost consideration and also in terms of range considerations. Whereas 2-wheeler and 3-wheeler, as Raj put in his presentation, the penetration has already reached about 5%, 4.7% in 2-wheeler and 7.7% in 3-wheeler. And in the areas that we operate, that is Tamil Nadu and Kerala, for Ather, we are already at a penetration of about 12%.
Please cash flow in September 23 remain negative from the operating activities. What is the reason?
Yeah, so ये जो आप बता रहे हैं नेगेटिव है, आंसर वही पहले जो मैंने आंसर दिया था, जब अपना इन्वेंट्री ज़्यादा होता है, आप लोग इन्वेंट्री ज़्यादा आप लोग लेते हैं, अपना कैश फ्लो नेगेटिव होता है. लेकिन अगर आप देखा जाए वर्किंग कैपिटल में के पहले अगर आप कैश फ्लो देखें, सिर्फ कैश फ्लो ऑपरेशन अगर देखा जाए तो वो पॉजिटिव है. नॉट ओनली पॉजिटिव है, इस साल एज अ परसेंटेज रेवेन्यू अगर देखा जाए और भी इट इज इम्प्रूव्ड एक्चुअली. In FY23, our cash from operations as a percentage of revenue was 4.6%. In September, we are 4.7%. Improvement हुआ है. लेकिन अगर वर्किंग कैपिटल भी अगर आप लेंगे तो ये नेगेटिव होगा, क्योंकि फॉर द रीजन विच आई मेंशन, फेस्टिवल सीजन सितंबर में आपको मालूम है दिवाली फेस्टिवल सीजन है, तो हम लोग ज़्यादा गाड़ी खरीदते हैं, तो उसके लिए उस टाइम इट्स अ टेम्पररी फिनोमेना वेयर यू हैव अ नेगेटिव कैश।